Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Me and Ben are back with another weekly merch hangout. It's been a while. We're finally back with another episode. We're going to talk about what happened throughout last week for our Merch by Amazon business. We're going to talk about our sales and any returns we had. So any other details, we're going to go over that in the video. So Ben, thank you for being here today. It's been a while. How have you been, man?
I'm hot right now. It's very hot down here, so trying to stay cool. But yeah, I can't. It feels like it's been a month almost. And I feel like there's been a lot of big announcements with merch and just a lot of stuff going on. So I'm kind of pumped that I feel like this is at the right time that we're getting back into this and diving into our numbers. But what about you? How's everything been on your end?
Everything's good. I started uploading more frequently than I used to before. So I'm getting more designs up. I actually expanded my print-on-demand business. So I'm on other platforms, just uploading more designs. And yeah, just kind of a lot has been going on. So I really want to dig into that. This is going to be one for the books. This is going to be a good episode because I have a lot to go over, like stuff that's happened. Like as I'm getting more into like the print-on-demand space, I'm learning more about it. And yeah, so like my focus, my mindset has kind of changed, recently. Totally. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go over that in this video.
Cool.
So let's just jump right into it. So let's start off with how many live you have, how many sold, so on and so forth. So you want to go ahead and start, Ben?
Yeah, so still at tier 500 right now. I have 491 out of 500, so I'm getting to that limit there. I was at 499, but I've still been having a lot of my designs taken down, which is, I think, a good thing because I had a lot of not too good designs from before I got serious about merch. Last 7 days have been pretty strong. I've done 16 units in the last 7 days, all t-shirts, and I sold my first long sleeve shirt actually, which I was kind of shocked about, especially because thank you.
And it's still hot out too, so that's pretty surprising.
It's weird. I don't know what's going on, but I sold that. Since we talked last, I've actually had my first 4 returns. I got hit like I got hit with 2 at the end of last month, and I think 2 this month so far, but it's all right. It happens. I knew it was
Were they ones that you sold before? Like, have you sold it before and never had it returns, or were these brand new bought shirts?
It's weird because 2 of them, 2 or maybe even 3 of them were for the same design, which is kind of odd to me. I don't know if that means, like, something was wrong with the design, or I don't really know. I'm learning a lot about the returns, so I don't know if it's because of the design or I know a lot of people talk about like some of the shirts don't necessarily fit how they're described. So I don't know exactly why I got the returns, but regardless, it's just new territory for me, so nothing wrong with that.
Please everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. So. But yes, I've done 16 shirts in the last 7 days, which is a solid for me, and 15 different designs. So we're definitely still getting a broad amount of different designs that are selling, which I don't think I think that it's most of my strategy has been evergreen T-shirt designs, and haven't been doing the trends. So I think naturally I'm going to see more of like a spread out. My sales over a bunch of different shirts. So that being said, I've got 1 return in the last 7 days, no cancels. So yeah, it's been a strong month. I think I'm at 22 for this month, which is 2 months ago. That was my, in June, that was my, what I closed the month out at 22. So I do feel like I'm making progress, but I'm a little impatient. I want to be double those numbers right now. So
now, are you doing the same strategy as before where once you upload a design or upload a product, you're pricing really low and then increasing after each sale?
Yeah, so I'm still pricing pretty low. I'm either starting at the $12.95 or $13.95 for almost all my shirts, unless there's certain ones I have been pricing at $14.95. I won't start a shirt higher than that though. That's definitely the highest I'm doing. And then I am upping them after they sell, but to be honest, right now I think I've slowed down on upping the price, and I know we were kind of talking about before this show started, but thinking about dropping all the prices back down because I am stuck at tier 500 right now, I'd say, and I really want to get to tier 1000 so I can upload more for 4th quarter. And do you think it's still, we're seeing that it's still, if you're on tier 500 you have to sell 500 shirts?
I don't know, man. I wish I knew. I don't have an answer for that. But I do feel like you might have to be close to the sales. Like you have to have 500 sales to get to tier 1,000. You might have to be close to it. Because like I said before, I've had, when I was in tier 25, I don't think I had 25 sales yet, but I was still able to go to tier 100. But I was still like kind of close,
Yeah.
Or no, I had close to 25 uploaded or something like that. But I wasn't over tier 25. I wasn't over 25 designs uploaded or over 25 sales. One of those. But I was still able to tier up though.
Do you remember what it took to get you from tier 100 to 500? Because I can't really remember. For me, it was like right when I hit the 90 uploaded design slots. It was like 2 days later I got tiered up.
Yeah, I think I was on the same boat. I don't remember how many I had at the time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Since you brought that up, I remember I did just cross over selling over 100 shirts. So I didn't even have 100 shirts while I was on tier 500.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you don't really need, whatever tier you're on, you don't need that amount for sales.
Yeah. So
yeah, you probably just need the amount uploaded at least, close to it.
Totally. I feel like I have the uploads. I mean, I'm 491 uploaded, definitely there. I just, maybe it's at 250 shirts sold. I don't know. I think I'm close, but I might need.
But to your point, like you maybe want to tier up tier 1,000 to get ready for this upcoming holiday season.
100%. And I feel like I don't know about you, but like I feel like just in the last 2 months, I've really started to actually slightly understand merch. I think before that, it was really just like dumb luck that I even got to getting, even to tier 500. Before that, it was literally just throwing designs up, like putting some somewhat relevant keywords, so I don't know how I got even to tier 500. Now I feel like I'm finally understanding, like, okay, I need to, look into keywords before I do the design. I'm checking the niche before I'm like even thinking about going into it. And then I'm like, need to tweak my price, go back and tweak my keywords. So I feel like that's why now I'm excited to get to tier 1,000 so I can actually like dive even further into, merch and print on demand. But anyway, I've been talking. I want to hear about your numbers. Where are you at right now?
All right, let's go ahead and get into my numbers. So I currently have 283 live. I have been doing this upload challenge on my channel where I'm just I'm making videos about what I was able to upload. So I have a goal for myself to upload a certain amount per day. And I've been hitting that, pretty good. I sell on multiple platforms now, like I mentioned. So I sell on Redbubble, Teespring, and a few other ones. Etsy, of course, and Merch by Amazon. So yeah, every single day I have a goal to reach, those targets for uploads. And I feel like I'm more focused on Merch by Amazon than any other platform, mainly because Merch by Amazon has a lot more customers. That's just so true.
Sure.
But yeah, I was able to get my designs. Since the last video we had, my designs uploaded has increased. So I do have 283. So from Sunday to Saturday, I did sell 8 shirts.
Good work.
And that was for a total of with 4 designs, and 2 of those designs were like really in the same niche, really.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any returns. I think I had 1 cancel, so no returns. So good on that.
That's awesome.
So what worked for me, I would definitely have to say like that trend that I just spoke about, the 2 shirts in that same trend,
right,
or the same niche. It was a part of a trend that is kind of like really popular for this month. So I really like made some shirts like at the end of July. I really just quickly made some shirts, uploaded it, and then I've sold several of the shirts for that one trend. So even though some people may not like hitting trends, or some people will say like go for trends, it does help boost getting sales. So like we were saying earlier, we don't know if we need so many sales to tier up, or we just need to have so many uploaded. If you go for trends like that and you're able to make sales, that's definitely going to help. And it was real quick,
Yeah.
So
are you still? Sorry, you still? I know before you had one trend that was working really, or one kind of niche that was working super well for you. Are you still seeing a lot of sales?
So I had I don't remember how many designs up, but there are 2 designs, maybe 3 actually. There's 3 designs that are really carrying me over month to month, making consistent sales. So I'm glad I have those shirts. But what happened was in July, that month was just really, really slow for me. I think I only sold 22 shirts total. So towards the middle of the month, I was getting a little bit, I guess, frustrated in a way. So I basically just lowered my prices on all of my shirts to try to pick up some traction. And so now, so this is what I want to talk about. So since I'm getting more into merch and just print on demand in general, going over all of our other videos that we talked about, like our strategies, how you would price low and then just increase the price, every single sale. And I was more of the, I'm going to price mines at, $16.99. Now I'm starting to backtrack and just go over that. And I pretty much agree with your strategy. Pricing low, get that BSR rank lower so it'll be more relevant in the search engine, search ranking. And so, yeah, that is the strategy I'm doing now. Since I have a lot more designs uploaded, I feel like it's okay to do that because I have other shirts to, probably make up for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So that is where my head is at now. So every time I upload a design, I am pricing at the lowest. I don't even care if I'm getting 1 penny off of it.
It's just to get that sale.
All of our other videos, I was always the guy like, just price your shirt at whatever you want. You're going to make a sale. Right. But if you really want this shirt to sell, now you want people to buy it. That low price point is pretty attractive. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing now.
Especially $12.99 is. Sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say $12.99 for a shirt, or that's so inexpensive. Which definitely attracts people to like come and be like, oh, like I'll buy 2 of them for that price. To me, at least $12.99 is a really like good cheap price for a shirt.
Yeah, it's a good impulse buy. Yeah, but the thing with merch by Amazon, and I think we've briefly talked about this before, is like it's a long-term business. It's like a long-term business for us. So with that in mind, I guess you kind of have to go in with the expectation that you're not going to make money initially. You know what I mean? So yeah,
if you want to take it seriously first, I think that's 100% true. If you want to get it to the point where it's like, hey, now I'm making $2,000 a month, to get to that level, I think you're going to get there a lot faster if you do price low, just try to get like your tiers opened up, then focus on trends. Exactly. And to be honest, I don't think that, at least in my opinion, I don't think that merch can be really a passive business until, you're past like tier 1,000 at least, and you maybe have like
maybe even higher than that.
Yeah, like even tier 1,000. Like I guess the only way at tier 1,000 I could see it happening would be if you had some like income coming in from the shirts, and you literally taught like one VA how to do everything from research to design, and they, built your listings, and all you did was upload them. But you taught them like, hey, this is how you find trends, which I think is like an interesting strategy once you're up there. But really, it's tough to make this a fully passive business until you get into those like higher tiers.
Right. So another thing I also wanted to talk about was what you mentioned before, how you don't want to. You're more against building a brand on Amazon because you don't want people stealing. And I was on the opposite side saying, it's really important to build a brand because people get more familiar with it. And when they go to Amazon and they know your brand, they just type in your brand and, search your shirts or your products. But now, like I'm getting more into this POD space, and especially since I expanded to other platforms, I'm realizing that you can build brands on other platforms. Since I just started an online store or online shop for Teespring, and what Teespring does it allows you to have multiple stores really easily.
Interesting.
So like you were saying before, you can just like have Amazon as the playground. You can test things out. Yeah. Upload it there, see the demand, or even like just you can like really attack a niche and really like figure out if you want to build a brand with those designs that you have, and then you can go to places like Teespring and have multiple storefronts for that one brand. So that is another thing that I'm doing right now. So I have a lot of designs on Amazon, so I'm just like picking things that are very relevant and then opening a store for Teespring. And that could be the same for Redbubble and all these other platforms. Spreadshirt, that's another platform I'm selling on. So yeah, that's how I see it now. Like what you said before, Amazon is just a playground. That's where you just upload designs and see if there really is some demand for it, any interest in it. And then, like you said before, you can build a brand on another online platform.
Yeah. I have on it like so many questions about all that stuff. I mean, I was just thinking about all the different things. One, so with the other platforms you're starting to push on, so you have, are you just doing like Redbubble and Teespring? Are you doing Etsy? Which platforms are you on?
So the 5 that I'm on Merch by Amazon, of course, Etsy, Teespring, Spreadshirt, and Redbubble. So those are the 5 platforms that I'm on.
And then, all right, so I'm not really, like, I know Etsy. I'm not familiar with Teespring or Redbubble as much. Like, I haven't even gone in that world because I'm not ready to be there. But like, do they do the same thing where they're printing it, or are you using like a Printful or some other third party custom gear launch, like something like that?
They do order fulfillment, so you just upload your design and then they'll take care of the rest. Pretty much like Merch by Amazon.
Yeah.
Now the thing with Teespring is it's a little bit different in the sense that they have more of a like a really extreme call to action. I guess you could say like because they have a timer on all your listings. Like once you upload a design and you have it listed on their website, there's a timer that just goes down. I think it starts like 2 days or something like that, or you can adjust the amount of time that you want. But either way, there's a timer that goes down, and when the goal of Teespring is for you to really like market your products to like Facebook or any other social media platforms and just draw in customers from that. And once they go to that listing, they'll see like, oh, I got to buy this real fast, you know? So that is what Teespring does. Redbubble, I feel like, and I'm just learning more about this as I'm, getting on it, but Redbubble is more like artsy. It's more like real artists, like really, just really like nice, beautiful designs.
So it's really high quality on Redbubble maybe versus Teespring is...
I can see Redbubble as more like people buying this stuff and putting it on posters. Now, I watch a lot of merch sellers, like all their videos, and it looks like stickers are the main sellers for Redbubble. And you don't make much profit, but you can sell a lot of those.
Yeah.
So it's like really artsy stuff. Like you can definitely tell the difference from like a Merch by Amazon seller, which is like just sometimes it's just basic designs.
Yeah, throw it up there, see what happens.
Has like those real, graphic artist type arts.
Totally. Now, what's your pricing strategy on these? And do you make is there more room for margin on these other platforms? I know, like with Etsy, I've had some sales there where I'm making $5 plus versus like Amazon right now is, I think my average is $1.30. So
I would definitely say that there's not as much. I don't know if I want to say competition. Well, let's put it like this. So I basically see these other platforms like Etsy. The customers on those platforms are more inclined to pay the full price, and they're okay with paying shipping. Like they're okay with paying more. Amazon has built its reputation as like the deal site. You can get a good deal on Amazon. These other platforms, they just have that really tight knit community. So that's. When I upload a design or any products to it, I go straight off the default price. I don't lower the price or anything like that. I just keep it at the default price. Unfortunately, I have not made any sales with those yet, but I don't think that's.
But you've only been on there a week or two, right?
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
2 weeks and a half, or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I look at other, competing items, they're all priced, pretty high, or not pretty high, but just like at the standard default price that once you upload a shirt, that's what they're at. Like $19 for a shirt seems pretty standard, And then plus you got to pay for shipping. So I just go straight for the default price with those.
Sure. Now, do you use are you using anything to help you list the products, or are you just is it all manual process? How does that work? Or what's your workflow, I guess?
It is all manual. So every day when I get home from work, I am uploading to these 5 different platforms.
Just grinding.
Just me. Yeah, it's a little tough, but this is what I really want to do. I'm really focused on getting my stores up for the 4th quarter. So
now's the time.
Put my head down and work.
What's do you have any goals as far as sales right now? Or are you just what's your goal with all this? Are you trying to get to a certain number of units sold? Or are you trying to get to a monetary number, or are you just trying to grow your overall print on demand business?
Well, overall, just grow the print on demand business. More specifically, I do have a monthly goal.
Yeah.
By the end of September, I want to have 200 designs uploaded to Etsy, Spreadshirt, Teespring, and Redbubble. I want to have 200, at least 200 for those platforms. And then with Merch by Amazon, I definitely do want to get out of the tier 500 and go to 1,000. So I want to have at least 500 designs up for the fourth quarter.
Yeah. No, and you're taking your designs that are already on merch, right, and just pulling them over.
Yes.
Would your
yeah, I mean, I'm doing designs, and I have a designer now, so she's making designs for me. So yeah, I mean, I'm taking the designs that I already have on Merch by Amazon. I started off with the higher selling shirts, you know, the shirts that I sold more of. So I took those over there first, and then slowly by surely, I'm just bringing all the other designs over to the other platforms.
Yeah, and you got your new designer. I don't know if you've ever considered this, but would you do something like paying them like to upload your designs to the other platforms? I know it's against like the TOS.
I'm definitely considering that.
Yeah,
and there is a platform, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it, called Merch Along.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it? So yeah, so that platform allows you, from what I understand, is you can upload designs to the platform, and then it will allow you to put those designs on other platforms, just all that from that one, you know, online platform itself. So I'm thinking about doing that. I think that when I get to the point where I'm getting close to September 30th, I think is the last day of September. If I'm close to that date and I'm not at where I want to be as far as designs uploaded, then I'm definitely going to be looking into, you know, getting some tools to help me recycle.
Yeah.
So Merch Along is going to be extremely helpful. But yeah, I definitely could see myself. I don't know if I were to get an uploader. I don't know if I want to have her, the one designing for me. I don't know if I want to have her uploading it. I think what I would do is, you know, hire an uploader itself on its own position to upload, and then have her just design. So I really am thinking about that too. Like, this is how you grow your business, you know?
Right.
You see people like RJ Martinez, I'm pretty sure all these other merch sellers, they have that operation going on where they have people designing and they have people uploading. So if you really are serious about this Merch by Amazon business or this print-on-demand business itself, definitely consider growing your business with these tools. You know?
100%. Yeah, and you said there were a few other things you said I wanted to touch on. You said, you know, like just changing strategies in general, like the whole for the longest time I've avoided doing brands on merch, and recently I went like ham on one niche. I just found a niche that I thought like the main keyword was super untapped. I think there were like a total of 500 designs live, like merch designs live, and I was shocked. And so I went ham. I literally did, I think, 50 or 75 designs just for that one keyword, that one niche, which it's been doing okay. I think it still needs a little more time to like get fully going. But for all of those shirts, I've done the same like brand name for the first time. And I'm experimenting with it. I don't know like what it's going to lead to, but the reason that I did it is because I did notice that, and I think I heard a few other like big merch players talking about this, but you know, under like your t-shirt or like any listing on Amazon, it suggests like customers who bought this also looked at this or bought this. And I heard a lot of like other merch sellers talking about how like it takes time to build that up, but like if someone buys your, you know, shirt in this niche and you have like a brand built around it, maybe you're only building brands that are niche specific. Like this one, the only things in there are all related to this one keyword, so they all go in there perfectly. But that can also, as people buy the other shirts in your brand, it puts them like under that main t-shirt. So we'll say like customers who bought this shirt also bought this one, and hopefully get some more like, you know, 2-unit, 3-unit sales off of your brand. Now, I don't know if that's a good play or not, but just I thought I'd mention that I am experimenting with like going into the one main brand for a niche kind of thing. So
we're doing a whole flip-flop now.
Yeah, I know.
We missed like 2 weeks, and now we're just like changing our strategies to do exactly opposite of what we said before. But I mean, it's fine though. We're getting more experience in this print-on-demand space. So
totally.
It's totally good.
And I mean, that's like the biggest thing, like we were talking about, is just like it's, you know, you learn more of the minutia of like what works, what doesn't, or maybe you just are like, you and I are both doing a lot better than we were, you know, maybe a few months ago, but now we also are tweaking like smaller things to like get, you know, more sales and try to like speed this all up. Because I think like my sales this last this last 10 days are better than 90% of my months total. So like I'm definitely in a better place with my merch business, but now I'm ready to like turbocharge it, especially going into, you know, Q4. So Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like that I'm expanding into other platforms as well. Not only to expand my print-on-demand business, but also you can really just gather more research and see other designs, get more, draw more inspiration for these other designs on other platforms. So you can also upload some stuff similar to that to Merch by Amazon. It's another way to do research, just being on these other platforms.
Totally, just like immerse yourself in print on demand in the t-shirt apparel business. Are you like, of all the platforms you're on, which one are you most excited about? Is it still merch, and are you still like excited about the longevity, I guess, of your merch business? Like, do you think this is still going to be a good play for the next 12 months, 2 years? How do you feel about it all?
Amazon, man. I mean, come on. Amazon has the most customers. Like, it's the biggest online business, period. I mean, it has everyone and their moms on there, so
totally.
That's why I really am excited about Amazon itself, and we are so fortunate to be selling on the platform. I don't think that will ever change. Now, there are, of course, some flaws or some things I don't like about Amazon. I still do like it very much. The other platforms, I'd probably say, I don't know, maybe Teespring is or Spreadshirt would be like the one I'm second most excited about. I just like the ease of use. You can upload designs, and the design is perfectly on your shirt, just positioned nice and perfectly. Other platforms, like for Redbubble, for example, when I upload a design, I have to readjust it, shrink it down, move it over, and all that stuff. There's a lot more hands-on, not hands-on, but like moving things around. I was on another one. I totally forgot what the name was, but I was on another selling platform, and it was just really bad. Like, I didn't understand any of it at all. But yeah, so I canceled that one, and I just put on Spreadshirt. But either way, I'm just learning more about these other print-on-demand platforms. Yeah,
that's awesome. We didn't even talk about this, I just realized, but I think since we've talked last, they announced the new marketplaces. So
yeah, UK, Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's another reason why I'm so glad to be on Amazon.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good time to, even though we're so into this world right now, it seems like there's so many people on it, and it can like feel kind of saturated at sometimes. But in reality, like, we're still so early to this platform, and I think for the next 2 or 3 years, like, anyone who gets on is still going to be, kind of at the beginning of this whole thing. Like, we're still just seeing the first non-t-shirt related item, with pop sockets. And we're still like just launching now in 2 countries. And there's so many other countries, and even those other countries, it's like they're just getting bigger with Amazon and, using all of that stuff. So I think that it's a good time to be on here.
I totally agree. And we're in a great place for us to be learning on how to like structure our operations now. So once, Amazon, expands more, we'll just have like our operations already just, clear cut, and we already know how to work everything. But yeah, I mean, that's great. They're definitely gonna expand some more markets. So it's amazing.
Exciting times, my friends.
Yeah, I haven't even got pop sockets yet, man. I'm still waiting for those. What's going on with that?
I know. No pop sockets, no international market. Supposedly there was some secret email that went out to certain people, I think like tier 1000 and up, about, maybe I'm not even supposed to talk about that. I don't know. I heard there was some like international email that went out. I feel like there's a lot of things like we're tier 500s, like kind of on the cusp of being, early to getting all this stuff released to you. But so that's why I want to get into tier 1000. I want to get like access to pop sockets and play around with them.
I hope you do. I hope you get that pretty soon. I hope I get that pretty soon as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, was there anything else you want to discuss at all? Or?
I think that's it. I mean, I think what we've been talking about too is trying to start getting some other merch faces on this channel, and kind of just bringing people on to talk to. So I'm excited to start reaching out to more people, and hopefully learning from them as well.
Yeah, I would definitely love to have other people on this show with us as well. So if you're a merch seller and you are interested in being on this merch hangout with us, feel free to reach out to us. We'll definitely love to have you on.
And anyone who's watching this, like, let us know down below too in the comments who you guys follow, who else you think we should reach out to, because I know there's a ton of people out there that all have like slightly different strategies, or are doing big things with the platform and bigger things than we're doing. So we want to learn from them. So let us know in the comments too, like, who you guys our following, etc.
Yeah, we're still pretty new to it, and there's so much more that we can learn. So that's why we love to have other people on as well.
Yeah.
So that's going to wrap everything up for this video. Ben, I'll definitely link your channel in the description box. Was there anything else you wanted to plug at all?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I'll put your channel in my description too. But yeah, let's just let's keep this up. Hopefully, we'll be back here next Sunday with another video with someone else on, and
Yes.
We'll go from there.
All right, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.